Okay, ready? Welcome back to the Brock and Dawson podcast. It's a wonderful Friday evening. I hope you guys are all doing well. Talene, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. I'm not doing much for quarantine, but it's been pretty fun,
That's good. Last time we did a lot of motivating and yelling, but this time we're gonna have some chill vibes on the show.
I don't really know what this voice is
We're
right
gonna
now.
really relax. We're gonna watch some Bob Ross live on the show.
We should follow along with some Bob Ross.
Follow up with some Bob Ross. I actually met Bob Ross at a party in San Francisco in 1976 before he became famous. He didn't have an afro then. He had long hair, as the hippies did. And he did have squirrels. He had squirrels. They were perched on his shoulders. And he was painting at the party, and I thought that was really strange, but he knew what he was doing. And I approached him and I said, "Hello, how are you?" He said, "I'm fantastic. How are you?" And I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "I'm Robert Ross." And I was like, "That doesn't really flow. You should go by Bob Ross." And he was like, "That is a fantastic idea, and I'm going to do that." And, years later, he became an amazing human being and then died somehow.
And that's the story of how Bob Ross got his name.
Yep, and I actually inspired him to do painting. He saw one of my paintings, and really, it just took a liking to art after he saw what I did, and, made his own career out of it, and I'm stuck here doing podcasts for no one, and that's how life goes, sometimes. That's just what, this is how it goes,
It sounds like you're dying inside the more you talk.
I'm not. I'm doing well. I wish Robert the best, even though, as I said before, he is dead. I wish him the best, and I hope he's painting something beautiful in heaven with his squirrels. Dude, Bob Ross, the funny thing is, I used to think Bob Ross was the dumbest thing. Here's the process of people liking Bob Ross. You ready? So I heard about Bob Ross, and I was like, what is this? And that was when I was a child. And then, elementary school through middle school, I would be like, that's the dumbest. Why would you ever watch a man with an afro painting pictures in a studio with squirrels? And then the day I became a freshman in high school, the day I started stressing out and pulling my hair out of every possible place on my body.
Oh, nice.
Then I understood why you would watch a man with an afro paint and have squirrels. It's because
and beat
everything.
The devil out of his brush.
Yeah. Yeah, he beats the devil out of it. Everything else in my life is horrible, and there's this one saving grace, and that saving grace is named Robert. And that's the story of Bob Ross.
I don't like how you call him Robert. That just
Sorry. I have this thing where I like, if people's names are shortened, I just automatically change them to the longer version, even if they don't go by that. It's just
How did Bob come to be from Robert? Wouldn't you just go by Rob?
Yeah, I don't understand any of that. What are some other dumb... There's like some super dumb ones. Robert and Bob never made any sense.
Yeah.
And then like Richard and Dick.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. How do you get Dick from Richard? That's...
I don't get it at all.
Don't cut that out. Don't clip that. But...
That sounds awful.
How do you do that? I really want to know. Who comes up with language? Who came up with the English language and came up with all these dumb ideas?
It beats me. I don't know.
I know. I get it. It's like a very sophisticated thing, and it's been crafted over thousands and thousands of years, but it's so stupid. I feel like we could have come up with something better. The Japanese, they just draw pictures, basically. We should have stuck to hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics? Oh, man. Like, my handwriting is awful, so imagining me doing hieroglyphics, like, no one would be able to read that.
But nobody could back then. That's the thing, dude. We write these sentences, but it would be so much better if we could just draw what we mean. You know what I'm saying?
Like the prehistoric times.
The prehistoric times. You know what? prehistoric times, I don't care. You know how some people are like, man, the 80s, I was born in the wrong era. I wish I was born in the 60s when times were good and the Vietnam War was raging. You know those people?
Uh-huh.
I think I would thrive. I think I was meant to be born in prehistoric times, like with the cavemen.
Yeah, I could see it.
Because I like listening to sounds of dinosaurs, and that's,
Is that what you fall asleep to at night?
yeah, it is. There's white noise, dinosaur edition. Like, there's people, and they're like, yeah, I just love the Beatles. I should have been born in the 40s. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. And you have no idea what you're talking about.
The 40s?
Yeah, exactly. Dude, there's people like that, and they're the most annoying people I could ever come in contact with. And they're just like, yeah, I really just not into all this modern day stuff. I really like the olden days when all they had was pianos and strings and they couldn't sing. I like the older movies where they couldn't even record audio. Dude, there's those people. And it's like, listen up. I like old stuff and I like new stuff. There's good stuff from every era. And why can't we just get that through our heads? There's good stuff everywhere.
Yeah, just like the good stuff. Don't just like stuff because of when it was made.
It's like the one time on this podcast where I was talking about setting barriers for yourself. I think it was on one of those episodes where Talene left early and I was ranting.
Oh.
You can't just cut yourself off from a whole medium of stuff. You can't just be like, yeah, I hate every song that has come out since 1998. Because then what if you hear a song that came out after 1998 and you're like, oh, this is a good song. Then you gotta, I don't know, man. It's just dumb. Just like everything. Just like what you like. You don't have to like it because it's from a certain era. Dude, people are so dumb. Anyways, makes no sense. But yeah, I'm just waiting for like the next bad thing to happen.
Yeah, that seems what it's like right now. It's like you're just waiting for something else to get canceled, or like now you have to stay in your room no matter what. Like they're gonna the police are gonna come and check your house, make sure you're in your bed.
Dude, pretty soon they're gonna be like, you gotta go back to your mother's womb and you gotta stay there. It's not safe on the outside. You gotta go back to your mother's womb, and we're all gonna have to go back to our mother's womb, and that's disgusting. But
yeah,
listen,
a little weird.
Dude, think of, you know how like in our culture today they make movies out of like everything that happens, and like back in the day they didn't really do that as much. But now I'm like thinking, like I can't wait for like 10 years later when movies come out about this stuff.
True, yeah, like the I Survived the Coronavirus book.
Dude,
that's going to be awesome.
That's actually okay, I was going to talk about this at the end of the podcast, but you just literally gave the greatest segue into it. Bro, people, okay, I can already see it because this coronavirus thing is coming down to, it's winding down. It's coming to an end shortly, hopefully.
Let's hope.
It seems like it's winding down. And I can predict, I can picture already people right now that are our age right now in a couple years telling their kids, man, I survived the pandemic. You don't even know, little Johnny. I survived the pandemic. Let me tell you something. Watching Tiger King in your underwear on the couch and not going to work is not surviving a pandemic. You're just doing what you've dreamt about your entire life. Sure, people are dying, but you didn't survive a pandemic just because you stayed in and ate bonbons on your couch. And I can see people doing that already, and I'm already enraged.
I can already see, like, when our generation gets old and then we're telling our grandkids, like, when they have to, like, walk from the school bus to the school because they are not getting teleported there. Like, we're going to tell them that we had to walk through a bunch of people with a bunch of masks uphill both ways to get to school each day.
Yeah, dude.
And then our school is canceled, so they should be happy.
I'm honestly, I was honestly sitting in my bed the other night, and I miss school, bro.
Yeah, me too.
I was listening to a podcast. Do you ever, like, listen to something, and then you listen to it again, and you can remember distinctly when you were listening to that thing, like, in the past?
Sometimes, yeah.
Like, I was listening to this specific episode of the Tim Dillon Show today, and I was remembering, like, listening to it on like during lunch. So I'd always turn on a podcast when I go to lunch, go home for lunch, and then come back. And I was just remembering, like, just listening to Tim Dillon rant about corporate steakhouses and making my lunch and then coming back and going to class. And you know what?
We don't got to do that.
We don't get that anymore. And I said, I genuinely, like, miss it. That was the first time I was like, I miss school. And, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. There's things I miss. There's also things I don't miss. But at the same time, it would be nice to actually be in a classroom and not just have homework assigned all the time. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's like but it's not. I mean, it's not that bad. I just miss school. I just miss being the center of attention. I don't get a lot of attention when I'm just sitting in my room doing schoolwork, but if I'm in a classroom and doing dumb stuff, I get more attention, and I'm an egomaniac. I'm an attention hog. My ego is the size of like something that's very big, you know? I'm really good at analogies, but that's the real truth of it. But yeah, here's what I'm thinking. So like I'm waiting for all the movies about things that are happening right now, like coronavirus, and you know, like there's just been a bunch of stuff that's been going down. But then, dude, if they make a movie about Epstein and that whole situation,
oh my gosh,
I pray to the Lord above that it's a musical, bro. That would be so funny. And it stars like Anna Kendrick, and she's playing Hillary Clinton, and like Hugh Jackman plays Bill, and they're just like dancing around an island, and they're like, the bones that were broken in his neck,
oh my god,
don't correspond to the bones that would be broken if he hung himself. And then, and that would be the thing. He was definitely strangled. The report said so. That's what I want. That's all I want in my life. Dude, I'm dying.
Yeah. There was one video that my mom showed me about all this stuff. It was like one girl made a video about her, if she was talking to herself like for like 3 or 4 months in the past, like back in January, and just talking about all the coronavirus stuff, but like not giving specific details. It's actually pretty hilarious. And like they're like, well, the Australian wildfires, those are going to be like a defining moment of 2020. And she's like, oh, what? What is that?
Nobody even remembers. Nobody was paying attention to it even when it's going down, except for the koalas.
I knew about it, but like now it's like I barely even remember that was a thing.
Yeah. And also Kobe Bryant died. That sucked.
Yeah, that was this year, huh?
Yeah, see?
That wasn't even that long ago. That was like a couple months ago, and now it's like everybody's just onto the coronavirus stuff. Literally all the news is just coronavirus right now. That's it.
I'm so excited for just when things can start opening up and like shootings start happening again and life just goes back to normal.
I'll just be happy when like people start attacking each other in politics again, because that's when you know life's getting back to where it was.
Yeah, dude. When people start canceling each other and, you know, saying that this guy raped me, that is when things will start going back to normal, and that's how you know we're back as a country. I'm so excited. I'm excited. The first day that we open restaurants in Utah, I'm going to...
to Denny's?
Yeah, dude.
You dying
what is
over there?
in my esophagus, dude?
Corona.
No, it's like something's in it.
It is a bat. It is a bat.
It's not a bat, dude. Have you taken your antibody test?
My antibody test.
To see if you got corona? And to have
I don't know why I would
now?
have corona.
Has there been a confirmed case here in the...
There has, yes.
That's trash.
I heard from someone there's 2 in Burrell, 1 in Newcastle, and 1 in Enterprise, which are all like our surrounding areas. So.
That's dope, dude. Bring it on, to be honest with you. Let us have it. Oh my goodness. What was I even saying, bro? What was I even going to talk about today?
I don't know. This kid wouldn't tell me his topics because he wanted me to be surprised. So
yeah.
We're all going to be surprised here.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the first thing. So, let's just look this up. I saw this on Twitter the other morning, and this is just
Shake Shack.
Dude, this is a nice little pick-me-up, okay? Shake Shack, baby. let's see if I can find what actually. So Shake Shack. So businesses were getting like loads of cash to keep their businesses up during this trying time. And Shake Shack received probably a bunch of money, and they returned $10 million of the loan. I don't know if it was the whole loan or part of it.
Wow.
But they returned.
It says they'll return the $10 million loan they received. So I think that's the entire loan.
So, yeah, they're just giving it back to the government to help out smaller businesses, which is dope, dude.
That is dope. I hope they're still paying their workers, though.
Yeah.
But,
Shake
Shack.
Shack.
That's pretty dope. I love Shake Shack already, and now I love them even more.
Yeah, same.
The Smoke Shack, dude. Oh, that
baby
to die for.
Shake Shack just brings back good memories of those brocations, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the only time I've ever gone, just on brocations. And I cannot tell the difference between Shake Shack and Steak and Shake. I get them confused all the time.
They have very significant differences in taste, but just the names are...
I always get confused as to which one I like more or less. I'm like, oh, I like Steak and Shake, but I actually have no idea what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Steak and Shake is the better shakes, but Shake Shack is better for the burgers.
It has a better shack. Steak and Shake has a better steak, and Shake Shack has better shack. And that's the reality. So we're doing a 40-minute episode today because we've done too long episodes this month, and our storage is running out. So you're getting a shorter one today, and it's a more relaxed one, dude. I'm not really stressed about entertaining you right now. I'm more worried about dying, you know?
I don't know if that's something you need to be worried about right now, Brock.
But dude, I realized my own mortality, and it was like, whoa.
Yeah, I have those moments too. It's terrifying.
It's bad. Like, it sent me into a spiral for a second. I was like, oh shoot.
I remember one time when I was like 8 and it first hit me, I literally ran into my parents' room bawling, and I could not explain what the heck I was even like processing in my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you realize that, it just kind of it hits you for a minute, and then you just have to like focus on anything else you can.
Deal with it. Like, it's because your whole life you don't even think about you dying because you're alive, and you don't think about you dying ever most of the time, you know? Because you're like, oh, other people die, but I'm alive, so I won't die. You always think you're going to be the person that doesn't die, you know, in your own subconscious.
Yeah, there's like this one song that part of it says like I was dead for a million years before this point, and I'll be dead for a million years after I die, and that's just like terrifying. Yeah.
We're all, dude, the second we take our first breath, the second we come into the world, we are destined to die. So I hope you guys are having a great week.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I hope you're not.
Wow, Brock is in a great mood right now.
Dude, I actually have no idea what I'm saying. Shake Shack? Dude, okay, so Shake Shack gave back the money. And here's the thing about these government bailouts is that, you know, even with small businesses, they can still operate. Like, the small businesses, the small restaurants here are still operating and arguably are having better business than before. I've talked to some people. And so it's like, if you need that government bailout money, then you should go under.
Well, it depends on where you're at and the business itself. Like, a clothing business or like some thrift store probably isn't going to see any better returns at all, but like our local little market over here, whatever you want to call it. Like,
businesses are booming.
Yeah, businesses are booming there.
But it's like, I think of it as like survival of the fittest. Like, if you can survive during a pandemic, dude, you deserve to be around. And if you can't, then it's like, I don't know. But yeah. Anyways,
I don't know either.
I don't know a lot about the economy or anything else for that matter, but I just wanted to say that. And what else did I even have on my list?
That's actually a good question.
We haven't gotten to the good stuff yet. We're 20 minutes in. People are probably tuning out, but that's fine. Okay, do you know who Joe Curie is?
Of course I do.
Kay.
Steve, dude.
Yeah, that's good that you know that. So the other morning, I get up super early, so sometimes things happen and I'm like on the tail end of it. but his Twitter got hacked that night.
Oh.
And so I was looking at Twitter and I saw all the tweets, and like nobody else knew except for the people that were like up. So like nothing was taken down. So I just went and screenshotted a bunch of stuff that he said. This is gonna get progressively worse, and there's gonna be some words that I can't say, so I'm just gonna pretend like they aren't there. So this is the first tweet. Okay, so wait. So Joe Keery is he plays Steve Harrington on Stranger Things, if you didn't know that already.
Like the best character on the show.
Yeah,
so.
my favorite character on a show. So this first one says, I have coronavirus. I'm going to meet Juice WRLD now. Which is not,
Wow.
it's not the worst tweet you could ever put out if you're a hack. It's kind of, it's like a little bit humorous, but like not really. It's very edgy. It's not something I would be like, yeah, that's funny. But
the sad thing is I could see people seriously tweeting that. Like,
yeah, dude,
different celebrities actually tweeting that.
This is way out of date, but there's this comedian named Ari Shaffir, bro. And he's like one of the... Kobe tweet right there. So he's like one of these comedians that's in this like Joe Rogan kind of group. And he tweeted this literally the day Kobe died. And I saw it because I followed him on Twitter. So he says, Kobe Bryant died 23 years too late today. He got away with rape because all the Hollywood liberals who attack comedy enjoy rooting for the Lakers more than they dislike rape. Big ups to the hero who forgot to gas up his chopper. I hate the Lakers. What a great day. Hashtag F the Lakers.
Oh,
and he got so much flack for that, and I can't even look at him the same.
He deserves to get grabbed for that.
That's
Holy
terrible,
cow.
dude. And it was like hours after he died. That was a bad time. That was a bad day.
Yeah, that was. I remember, like, I was literally in church, and then one of the guys in the group chat texted me that. And, like, I mean, I couldn't look at my phone at the moment because it was, like, while I was up there. And then it was, like, I did not believe it at first. I thought somebody was just joking about it. Or because I remember, like, his points record got taken over by LeBron, like, the day before.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, they're just talking about that then. So I just kept on going on. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking about it more and more. And then I finally could check my phone. I, like, freaked out.
Yeah, that was a bad time. But, yeah, so people put tweets like that out all the time. So he said, Juice WRLD, whatever. Next couple. So this one, I think this must have been after some of the stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
This must have been after some of the stuff that had happened. And he tweets, this is not really funny, but it's really kind of funny.
It's not funny, but it's hilarious at the bottom, but it shouldn't be.
So he said, sorry, guys, I'm back. My account got hacked. And then under it, he says, LOL, JK, N-word. And Joe Keery is not African-American. He is as white as can be.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
And then this African-American chick commented, oh, and he just called her the N-word. That's not funny at all, dude.
That's not funny at all.
It's just because I'm picturing Joe Keery
I know,
saying it. It's not funny that somebody's calling them that. But it's a little bit funny that Joe Keery said that, but he actually didn't say that.
Yeah.
So I don't even know who this is.
Okay, the dude who hacked this account, though, like, normally you expect them to be, like, super, super immature, which this definitely is immature, but at the same time, some of them are kind of funny.
No, Tulane, don't be on his side.
I'm not on his side.
I am not condoning any of these tweets.
No, I'm not on his side at all. I'm just saying, like, he's saying better things than I thought people would say. I thought they'd just be really dumb, but they are really dumb, so don't do it.
So this okay.
Nice.
He also said, I got molested on the set of At Stranger Things.
And then he retweeted his own tweet?
Yeah, he retweeted his own tweet.
Nice.
What else? Dude, but it was just like so shocking. I don't know. It was it's a little bit funny that happened. Not that anybody got called any words, but the fact that it happened is kind of funny. You got it. And you know what would be even funnier is if he didn't even get hacked.
Oh my gosh.
And he's just saying that. And that was just how he was.
Dude, you could totally actually do that with your account. I mean, I'm not saying do that, but like,
no,
you could actually totally do that.
Yeah.
And people would believe you.
Yeah, that was funny as freak. I'm just gonna say it. So yeah, Joe Curie is racist, and that's the thing. And that's what we're saying. Steve Harrington is a racist. Now when I watch that show, I'm just going to be thinking about those tweets, and I'm going to be laughing
Oh my gosh.
the entire time.
Can't wait for season 4 whenever it comes out.
It's never coming. Never
Probably
coming
isn't.
out, dude.
Because then they already delay it.
Yeah, they already delayed it, and
Yeah, I'm
it's
going to
going to be
be
a long time.
out of high school.
And
I'm
going to be partying, dude. Ugh. This is such a laid-back episode, dude.
Yeah, it is.
We're just hanging out. Hey, if you're hanging out with us, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with the bros.
Thanks for being on the road with us. Oh, I bought the Fitbit Versa 2, by the way.
Oh, cool.
I was pretty
Nice.
pretty
cool.
stoked about that one. Yeah, I didn't have anything else. Really, Joe Curie. Oh yeah, I'm reading. Do you know who David Goggins is?
I don't know.
You need to, because he's like a crazy ultra marathon runner kind of guy. He was like a SEAL and like he does all these motivational videos, whatever. But I'm listening to his book right now, because I'm trying to intake more literature, and it's the most insane thing I've ever read in my entire life, dude.
What is it about?
It's just about his life, which like sounds super boring, but he just like, I don't want to say everything in it, but he just went through some shiz, and he just kept going through, like his life just kept sucking even worse. And I'm like more than halfway through the book, and it like just keeps getting worse. There hasn't been a turnaround yet.
Oh.
But he just like, he teaches so many cool things, and I think he's literally an insane person. Like I was listening to Joe Rogan or something, and they were like, yeah, when Goggins starts like exercising, he just becomes a different human being, like a different person, and just starts screaming random stuff. Like I want to see if I can find a David Goggins, who's going to carry the boats. That's what I want to see. Let's see if it. Yeah, let's watch this real quick. Oh, those are my headphones. This will showcase Goggins and how insane this guy is. I love him, but he's crazy. So let's just check this out real quick. There might be some bombs. I'll bleep them.
They don't know me, son.
Get it. 18.
They don't know me, son.
Get it. 19.
They don't know me, son.
Yeah.
That's
20.
Goggins
You got
right
some
They don't
more.
know me, son.
21. Yeah. Get it again. Come on. We want to see it. Good. 22.
Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs?
That's you, buddy. Come on. 23. Come on. 24. One more, David.
Is that the Wii
One
music playing in the
more,
Carry
background?
the boats.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You did it. Yeah.
Who's gonna carry They don't know.
Yeah, dude. So he's crazy, but like after reading the book, you would understand why, because he went through some garbage stuff. But yeah, dude, it's like such a motivational and moving book, because he used to. Okay, let's look at this freaking David Goggins body transformation, bro. It's literally crazy. If I could do this shiz, I would lose my mind. Let's find a good one. Look at that, bro. That was him, and now he looks like that, bro. And it's nothing except for just he's literally insane and just works like a lot.
So he's one of those guys that's like literally addicted.
What's up, baby girls? We just lost the video, but we're back. So we were just talking about Goggins and how he pushes himself so freaking much, and it's crazy. But so yeah, I've just been reading that book, and I don't know why it's in my notes. I think I just wanted to talk about that, but whatever, man. Here's the entree to this podcast right here,
Oh,
bro.
man.
Do you know this kid Morgs? Have you ever heard of Morgs?
I've heard of him, and I've heard that, like, all I know is that everybody makes fun of him, and I never watch his stuff
Rightfully
because of that.
I was
Just looking at his
through-
thumbnails, I already can hate this guy.
I was scrolling through the trending page on the YouTube, as I do, and I saw that he made a video called Dear Mom diss track. So he made a diss track on his own mother.
Wow,
which rips.
that takes some. No, I'm gonna stop my sentence right there because I probably shouldn't say that. But yeah,
It takes gall, bro.
Yeah.
No, don't add it to my queue. We're watching this shiz right now. And if I get freaking copyrighted, I'm going to be so upset.
This was just part of an experiment.
Squarespace, baby.
Put some pictures up
Yeah,
online.
Squarespace.
Got
I need to
some
turn on
good
ad block.
If you get copyrighted by Morgs, then that's just
That's the
dumb.
terrible.
I ain't a rapper.
We're just going to watch a little bit because it's really too long for what it is.
This is awful already.
I don't know what Jill's cooking up in there, but I know it's not better than me.
3 years ago, I made a diss track on mum. Was only joking, was just for fun. But I'm not holding back no more. Gonna shoot you down like a gun. 56 years old, but
He's
you
awful.
look 80. You're not cool, you're an old lady. You're weak and your muscles are achy. Maybe try electrotherapy. Got no money in your
Fuck
pocket.
it, your face makes me wanna vomit. Go yourself, Big Jill the rapper. The only bars you got is chocolate.
Bars, dude. This guy, like, I would have wrote this in like 3rd grade. Like,
I would write this right now, probably. So
I probably still would. Still.
he made a diss track on his mother, which, you know, we've all been there. We've all written diss tracks about our moms, but then his mother made a diss track on him.
Oh.
And this is
Shoot.
where things get a little bit spicy, bro. Let's check this out right here.
Here we
Morg's
go.
mom.
Morg's mum
That's
is
so
the
annoying.
best rapper of all time. Yeah. Morg sucks, he can't even rhyme.
Oh.
No, why?
Oh my God.
With me, 'cause I'm the best in history. Morg's mum is the best rapper of all time. Yeah. Morg sucks, he can't even rhyme. No, why would he?
She's
be
got
with
drip,
me?
I'll give
'Cause
you that
I'm
much,
the
bro.
best
She's
in
got some.
history. Morg's
What?
rap
She has
back
a million
me, and I said,
subscribers?
yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat him with no stress. His vids are cringe and he's got no mates. He steals ideas and he clickbaits. He's so ugly, I find it funny. Girls only like him for the money. When I'm done,
She's got way more bars than
his
me.
rapping
Can I
sucks
just say
and
that?
his channel's dying. Morg's mum is the best rapper of all time. Yeah, Morg
Morg's
sucks.
mom has bars, dude. Is she running in Yeezy?
Yeah,
No,
what
why
the
would-
freak?
She was running in some Yeezys, bro. Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
so if you've
So
ever,
that's a thing.
yeah, that's a thing, dude. So that's a thing that exists on the earth right now,
Mm-hmm.
and a very, very viewed thing. How annoying is it that British people and Canadians change one letter?
I don't like that. Just the mum
we
part
do.
is weird
Or we
to
do.
me.
We
Yeah,
could be the weird ones.
but
but-
you don't spell mother with a U.
Do they? Wait, yeah, wait. Yeah, what are you doing, Britain?
Yeah,
What you
exactly.
doing, Britain? And Canada with your centre,
And color.
and color? It confuses me. When I was a kid, I didn't know which one to use.
Like theater and theatry.
Yeah, and it partly could be because I have a learning disability, but it also is because you guys' words are dumb. Look back to the language thing. Language, man. It's
Language,
confusing.
Yeah. Why are there so many languages?
I don't know. I don't understand it. The
Like-
religious people think God did that. It's because they were trying to build a staircase to heaven, which makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. Let them build a staircase to heaven. They're never going to get there. Why give them so many different languages? So they can't
So
be in
we can have-
communion? If you think about it,
I don't know.
in that story, God invented racism.
He didn't invent races.
Yes, he did. But he invented nationalities and languages. So, listen.
What is this topic
So,
right now?
I'm not saying God did this. I'm not saying there is a God or isn't a God. All I'm saying is, in the story where he says, okay, you guys have been building a staircase to heaven, which, great song, by the way, Stairway to Heaven.
Oh my gosh.
Way too long. Stop making... Led Zeppelin, dude, their songs are either way too long or they're either way too short. Immigrant song is like 2 minutes long. Stairway to Heaven is like 13 minutes long. Pick a lane,
length.
dude. Pick a
13
lane.
13 minutes is perfect length. for a
No,
song.
that is way too long of a song. If your song
That
goes...
was my arm, by the way. Sorry.
If your song goes past 3 minutes and 30 seconds, too long. Okay?
Fair.
In this scenario,
Wait, what about Bohemian Rhapsody though? Sorry, I just have to bring this up.
that's not even a song. That's a lifestyle. That doesn't
okay, I can
count.
see that. Yeah, it's just a work of art.
Yeah, it's basically like, yeah, it's just art. It's
Mm-hmm.
not, I wouldn't even consider that a song. It's like a story. It's like a dreamscape, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the scenario where people are building a staircase to heaven, and he's like, no, you can't build a staircase to heaven. So he made they all have different languages, so they couldn't unify and build a staircase. Is that correct? That's what I heard.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing. So in that scenario, God invented racism.
Yeah, but you could say that he invented a lot of things that are man-made because he invented men.
But in that scenario, if we're saying that God split people up and gave them different languages intentionally to separate them and let them not work together, then God invented racism.
That's a take.
That is a take, and that's my take. And there you go. This was a successful episode.
It was a pretty great episode.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
We'll be back next time with way more better conversation. This one was fine. It's not a bad one.
I just wasn't feeling the energy today. You know?
I wasn't either. I've been drained. But it's a more chillaxed episode. Next week we'll go hard in the paint. Maybe we'll have a guest on. Who knows?
Maybe.
We might bring back a little guest and just have an all-out ball. I need to be better at finding videos and topics, bro, because whatever. Anyways, dude, have a good freaking week. And
yeah, have a good week and vote for Dawson.
what day is it, dude?
It is Friday, April 24th.
I need to announce something on this podcast, but maybe I'll do it next week.
Okay. Whatever you would like.
Or I'll just put a video out because it's not going to be a convenient time no matter what. Have a good day and have a good week. And I love you. Share the podcast with your friends. Not this one. Maybe last time's was really good. Or the time before that was really good. Or pretty much every one of them.
Except this one, maybe.
Except for this one. Don't put this one. Don't share this one if you're trying to recommend it to a friend. Send them a good one where we're high in energy. You know, because usually I do Coke before the show, but I just didn't get the chance this time.
Wow, that was something I didn't even know.
And that's how I just scream and yell about QAnon the whole show. And that's the blunt reality. I think I've said that's the blunt reality every podcast.
I think so, yeah.
It just sums up so many things, okay? And that's the blunt reality.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It is what it is.
All right, dope.
Have a good week.
We will see you guys later.
Bye.